Hello Internet, my name's Nihill. Those of you guys who have not been living under a rock the last few days, you've noticed that Facebook has been under fire from Congress about this whole data breach scandal. Basically, Facebook for the last several years, they'll collect data on all the users, on everything they do, so they can basically, sell this to advertisers and stuff. They sold it to politicians, and there's this whole thing is blowing up, and the CEO has been testifying in front of Congress the last couple days about this whole scandal. So I'm gonna react to this video, which is a highlight reel of everything that's happened over the last few days during this testimony in front of Congress, and I think it's gonna be funny, and we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna laugh at Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. Yeah, also, did any of you guys see that picture of him sitting in the chair where he's basically sitting on a booster seat because he's short? Literally, Mark Zuckerberg's a midget. So yeah, let's get right to the video, I guess.
We face a number of important issues around privacy, safety, and democracy. And you will rightfully have some hard questions for me to answer.
And you don't give a shit about any of that.
Before I talk about the steps we're taking to address them, I want to talk about how we got here. Facebook is an idealistic and optimistic company. For most of our existence, we focused on all of the good that connecting people can do. And as Facebook has grown, people everywhere have gotten a powerful new tool for staying connected to the people they love.
Okay, this is true so far.
For making their voices heard, and for building communities and businesses. Just recently, we've seen the Me Too movement and the March for Our Lives organized, at least in part, on Facebook.
You could do that on any social media platform, though.
To raise more than $20 million for relief.
You're basically saying that you're the one who did that.
70 million small businesses use Facebook to create jobs and grow. But it's clear now that we didn't do enough to prevent these tools from being used for harm as well. And that goes for fake news, for foreign interference in elections, and hate speech, as well as developers and data privacy. We didn't take
That's the main reason he's in front of him, because he's not doing a very good job with data privacy.
And it was my mistake, and I'm sorry.
So yeah,
I started Facebook.
Here's an advice: if you ever post, do not post anything on Facebook that you do not want the entire world to read. Okay.
Promises to do better. How is today's apology different, and why should we trust Facebook to make the necessary changes to ensure user privacy and give?
That's why you should never post anything you don't want the entire world to see on Facebook, because everyone can see it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we have made a lot of mistakes in running the company. I think it's pretty much impossible, I believe, to start a company in your dorm room and then grow it to be at the scale that we're at now without making some mistakes. And because our service is about helping people connect and information, those mistakes have been different in how we try not to make the same mistake multiple times, but in general, a lot of the mistakes are around how people connect to each other just because of the nature of the service. Overall, I would say that we're going through a broader philosophical shift in how we approach our responsibility as a company. For the first 10 or 12 years of the company, I viewed our responsibility as primarily building tools that if we could put those tools in people's hands, then that would empower people to do good things. What I think we've learned now across a number of issues, not just data privacy, but also fake news and foreign interference in elections, is that we need to take a more proactive role and a broader view of our responsibility. It's not enough to just build tools. We need to make sure that they're used for good. And that means that we need to now take a more active view in policing the ecosystem and in watching and kind of looking out and making sure that all of the members in our community are using these tools in a way that's going to be good and healthy. So at the end of the day, this is going to be something where people will measure us by our results on this. It's not that I expect that anything I say here today to necessarily change people's view. But I'm committed to getting this right, and I believe that over the coming years, once we fully work all these solutions through, people will see real differences.
Facebook's been served with subpoenas from the special counsel Mueller's office. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have you or anyone at Facebook been interviewed by the special counsel's office?
Yes.
Have you been interviewed?
I have not. I have not.
Others have.
I believe so, and I want to be careful here because that our work with the special counsel is confidential, and I want to make sure that in an open session I'm not revealing something that's confidential.
I understand.
Okay, I have no idea. Okay.
I just want to make clear that you have been contacted and you have had subpoenas.
Actually, let me clarify that. I actually am not aware of a subpoena. I believe that there may be, but I know we're working with them.
Thank you.
Your chief operating officer, Ms. Sandberg, suggested on the NBC Today show that Facebook users who do not want their personal information used for advertising might have to pay for that protection.
Okay, that's the thing. Everyone that signs up for Facebook
Actually,
signed it.
considering
You basically
having
agreed
Facebook
that
users
they can sell your data to advertisers. Everyone that
for
signed
you
up.
not to use that information.
Senator, people have a control over how their information is used in ads in the product today. So if you want to have an experience where your ads aren't targeted using all the information that we have available,
Then don't use Facebook.
turn off third-party information. What we found is that
That does
even though
nothing.
some people
They
don't
still
like
collect your
ads,
data and sell it to advertisers.
really don't like ads that aren't relevant. And while there is some discomfort for sure,
Or use an ad blocker. Use an ad blocker and you won't get any
making
ads. But
more relevant, the overwhelming feedback that we get from our community is that people would rather have us show relevant content there than not. So we offer this control that you're referencing. Some people use it. It's not the majority of people on Facebook. And I think that's a good level of control to offer. I think what Cheryl was saying was that in order to not run ads at all, we would still need some sort of business model.
And that is your business model. So I take it that, and I used a harmless example of chocolate, but if it got into more personal thing, communicating with friends, and I want to cut it off, I'm going to have to pay you in order not to send me, using my personal information, something that I don't want. That, in essence, is what I understood Ms. Sandberg to say. Is that correct?
Yes, Senator. Although, to be clear, we don't offer an option today for people to pay to not show ads. We think offering an ad-supported service is the most aligned with our mission of trying to help connect everyone in the world.
so basically, you would
We wanna
never
a
offer
free
that service.
that everyone can afford.
Okay.
That's the only way that we can
That
reach
yes,
the-
Facebook is free, but you gotta watch
You
ads.
consider my personally identifiable...
Which then anything you search on their platform, they're gonna put into like this whole algorithm to figure out what kind of ads to show you.
No, Senator. Actually, at the first line...
They know how
of our
old you are. They know if
terms
you're male or
say that
female.
you control
They know
the
what type
information and
of sites
content
on
that you
Facebook that you're looking
You
up.
don't
What we
think
do.
you have a monopoly?
It certainly doesn't feel like that to me.
Here's the question that all of us got to answer. What do we tell our constituents, given what's happened here, why we should let you self-regulate? What would you tell people in South Carolina that, given all the things we've just discovered here, it's a good idea for us to rely upon you to regulate your own business practices?
Well, Senator, my position is not that there should be no regulation. I think the internet is
Do
increasingly
you embrace regulation?
I think the real question...
I think the internet is getting to the point where there's going to be more regulation because there isn't a lot of regulation on the internet
You
currently.
as a company welcome regulation?
I think if it's the right regulation, then
Do you
yes.
think the Europeans have it right?
I think that they get things right.
The question is, how is it going to be regulated?
That's true. So would you work with us in terms of what regulations you think are necessary in your industry?
Absolutely.
Okay, would you submit to us some proposed regulations?
Yes, and I'll have my team follow up with you so that way we can have this discussion across the different categories where I think that this discussion is.
I look forward to it.
Would you
Please,
support
talking-
a child online privacy bill of rights for kids under 16 to guarantee that that information is not reused for any other purpose without explicit permission from the parents or the kids?
Senator, I think as a general principle, I think protecting minors and protecting their privacy is extremely important.
Yeah,
And we
okay.
do a number of things on Facebook to do that already.
It is important for someone to protect their
I'm
privacy,
talking about a law
but you're
I'm
like
talking about a law.
uploading pictures for everyone in the world to see.
That kids under 16 have this privacy bill of rights. I had this conversation with you in your office 7 years ago about this specific subject in Palo Alto. And I think that's really what the American people
Don't post anything on any social media that you don't want the entire world to see. If you are not comfortable with the entire world to see anything you're going to post, then you probably shouldn't post it because everyone can't see it.
A privacy bill of rights for kids where opt-in is the standard. Yes or no?
Senator, I think that that's an important principle.
I appreciate that.
And I think we should...
Do we need a law to protect those children? That's my question. Do you believe we need a law to do so? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm not sure if we need a law, but I think that this is certainly a thing that deserves a lot of discussion.
I couldn't disagree with you more. We're leaving these children to the most rapacious commercial predators in the country who will exploit these children unless we absolutely have a law on the books. And I think it is
So you don't want children to see advertisements online. They see them every day when they're walking down the street or if they're watching
My team
TV.
follow up to flesh out the details of it.
I don't think
Is that what he's basically talking about? Is he doesn't want these children to see these advertisements on the Facebook site? So yeah, that's basically a highlight reel of like the last few days. He's been talking to him, I think like the last 2 days, he's talked to Congress like 5 hours each day total about this whole thing on the Facebook. I don't know what's going to happen like with the whole industry. Yes, there's probably going to be more regulation coming against these websites, and it's like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you sign up for these websites, be careful what you say on there. You're probably going to get targeted advertising towards you. That's pretty much a given, but I mean, I don't know. This whole thing is going crazy, and I did notice that this whole scandal going on, they like let all this data leak that they collected on all these people, and I know the value of Facebook has dropped tremendously in the last week, which is kind of funny because, yeah, stick it to the rich Mark Zuckerberg guy. He lost like billions of dollars or whatever, but yeah, be a warning to you guys. Be careful what you say on Facebook. Be careful what you post on Facebook, and yeah, thanks for watching my video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.